Hello there, it's Halo with the Armageddon Report. So what's going on in cyclone.com? Let's zoom in and take a look. So here we've got Tropical Storm Ernesto, who the NHC is now once again predicting that Ernesto will become Category 1 Ernesto within the 5-day path. Yesterday's screencast, as of that time, they were just still saying Tropical Storm. The day before that, though, they were saying Hurricane. So, you know, that's what happens. It's a predictive art. It's not a crystal ball or whatnot. We've got a 20% chance of tropical cyclone formation over there. So if this one did, we've got not a whole lot of spaghetti models on this one. But I'm going to guess if it does turn into something, it probably won't. It'll probably most likely just be shower and thunderstorm activity. So hopefully bringing rains to droughted areas. And then back here, 50% chance of tropical cyclone formation. Of course, the spaghetti model's not going far enough at this time to see, you know, what do they call that? The Bermuda High, that's like a big steering wheel out in the Atlantic or whatnot, where it's going to take these storms. Don't know that yet, not far enough in the future or whatnot. Northwest Pacific, what's going on? Got a medium back here. However, if it does book north, as the spaghetti models are saying, it's probably not going to affect many people before it, you know, has its warm water supply cut off and it gets choked off or whatnot. Sauler and Damery have had their final advisories, and that's why it has that thing up there, which means the JMA and the JTWC are no longer tracking those storms. We've got a new one, Haikui, which is a Chinese word for sea anemone, so you can just think of it as tropical storm anemone, which is just as hard to pronounce. So, to explain this quickly, I have not looked. Could be a bug, but I think what's going on, this is the end of the JMA path, and this is where the JTWC one kicks off. So probably they're showing it, you know, the JTWC thing probably looks like that, but because, you know, theirs is farther back, you know, to the east or something, it just looks wonky. And that is why, of course, I keep talking about how I need to have implemented this thing where on this page, and I'll do that at some point, you'll be able to specifically see the JTWC path on its own and the JMA path on its own as well. So yes, here's what's going on over here, right? We've got severe thunderstorm watches, we've got heat still, we've got excessive heat watches for the coast. I thought that was impossible. I thought the Pacific Ocean was supposed to cool everything down. Red flag warnings there, that would be that color as well for fire-related things. Flood warnings must be nice, you know, everybody in the drought, which is what, 79% of you is saying, wow, it must be nice to be in a flood warning. They probably don't really think that, I don't know. Severe thunderstorm-wise today, significant hail chance, and then 30% chance of winds and hail in general. And here are the watches that are in effect, so that was that one. Both of these were on the map already, but you saw it. So 9 p.m. CDT and then 7 p.m. CDT for those two severe thunderstorm watches. It looks like it's already kicking off up there. So here's the specific wind map where you can see here's where the core of the threat is, or the highest threat today for 58 mile per hour and greater winds, but 5% chance stretching and touching a whole bunch of states today. Hail looks quite similar, except it adds this. Black hatched area would mean the significant hail area. So everybody else, 1 inch or larger hail. And then if 2 inch or larger hail is going to fall somewhere, it's most likely going to fall in the black hatched area, because I think that's what that's supposed to indicate. That doesn't mean that every single storm in the black hatched area that drops hail is going to be 2 inches or larger. It just means it's much more likely to happen there than anywhere else. 5% chance of a tornado today. So if you're not familiar with the numbers, I say this every day without really understanding. I'm just parodying it back. Anyway, South Dakota, so we picked this random point there, and that would mean that because it's in the 5% area, that this random point, or someone within a 25-mile radius of them, has a 5% chance. So it's like it might not be you, but it could be a neighbor to any direction from you, and that would still technically qualify as, you know, what the 5% means or whatnot. Tomorrow, what's going on? Slight risk tomorrow, also 30% again. So here's actually the specific map, so you can see here's where the largest of the threat, but 5% touching again quite a few states. Day after tomorrow, this is the one I do believe that was originally on the day 5 outlook. So, and I believe when they were first showing it, it's showing in this area. So let's see. And that basically is where the 30% chance is. So, you know, when it's days 4 through 8, if it's a 30% or higher, that's what they mark on the map. when they have agreement on the models. We'll talk about that soon. But anyway, so it looks like what they were saying was the 30% when it was day 5, and now it's day 3 is actually pretty much the same area. And then there's your slight risk is the 15%, and then 5% for almost all of the coast. How about that? 5% back there for some reason. Weather, what does it do? I have no idea. Predictability too low, however, in days 4 through 8 right now. So that means that there is some sort of severe weather. There's too many S's right there, isn't it? Some sort of severe weather is predicted in days 4 through 8, but the models right now are not in enough agreement as to timing and a location for the Storm Prediction Center to have actually designated and said, oh my God, Matt, watch out right here if you live there, because, you know, stuff is going down. No, they don't talk like that, I don't think. SevereWeatherTV.com is the official homepage of the screencast or something, right? You can go there and watch the screencast on daily screencasts. And if you watched yesterday, you might have heard me say that I was going to update the drought page to have like last week's drought information versus this week's. I only bring this up to say, I didn't do it. I did do it. I didn't implement it. I worked on cyclone instead. Right, so speaking of which, we'll jump over here to pimp that instead to make it a more smooth segue or something. Cyclone is cyclocane.com. Did not get that out of my mouth today. And then, of course, you can also click on these. And if a joint typhoon warning center is blocked in your country, I have no idea who runs this, but someone appears to be mirroring all of the JTWC and well, basically whatever the USNO Navy.mil site is. You can click on that instead, and it shouldn't be blocked to any country, so you can get that there. And then Japan Meteorological Agency. And then, of course, WikiWix is WICKEDWX.com. You can also get your severe thunderstorm weather if you're in the United States, of course, from weather.gov or the Storm Prediction Center. Right there. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoy your day. Hope you're not affected by anything that you don't want to be affected by, because maybe you like the bad weather. So you're like, no, I want the tornado. Bring the tornado to me. Anyway, that's it. You have fun today.